So during fall cohort, we went through a series of topics and videos about Python. We talked about math, numbers, and variables, and you also had an assignment, so I'm going to go through the answers to those right now in Eclipse. So this is what Eclipse looks like when you open it up. To start this project, we have to create a new Python project. I am going to call it math, numbers, variables, and I am going to config because I just installed this onto the computer. Quick config, done, finish. So we've set up our folder where everything is going to be saved for this project. And then we need to create the project file. Okay, so same little drop down icon, create PyDev module. You don't need to name the package, you just need to name the project. So I'm going to call it week 7. Finish. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to have this to the side and I'm going to pull up the activity prompt that we had during cohort. So there's a part 1 and a part 2. If there are things that you don't remember, you can navigate back to the videos that we had, which are under week 7. There is a page that is called Python videos right here. And so all of the videos that we watched, or you should have watched by the 27th, were these. They're all listed here for you. But the activity prompt had a part 1, part 2. So the first part is the math and numbers portion. So I'm going to go ahead and leave myself some comments so that I can refer to them. So this is going to be part 1. So for part 1, we have, for A, we have a variable that is called Robert, and he is set to, that doesn't look correct. But we have Robert, which is 256 squared. So Robert is equal to 256. For exponents, it's 2 asterisks and then a 2. We have that. What does it equal to? So we're going to go print that value out. Print Robert, like so. And then to run this, you have to hit the drop down the first time, run as, run Python run. Hit OK. And at the bottom, we have our value. Now we're going to do part B. So for B, we're going to have Robert, we're going to half the value we have set for Robert as Bob. So Bob is equal to Robert divided by 2. We're going to print that value out. Oops. Like so. Going to go ahead and print it. Oh no, where'd it go? There it is. That's weird.
What's weird?
It's supposed to give me a float.
Oh, really?
So when you do just the single slash, it's supposed to give you 0.0. But you put in 2, it's supposed to give you this whole number, so I'm confused, but that's okay. Either or works because it'll still be a division. It's just different ways. You either want the decimal or you don't want the decimal. I was expecting a decimal. So we're gonna do part C now. Oops. C. So for C, we have a rectangle with a width of 123 and a length of 987. And we are looking for the area. So area is equal to width times length. And we're going to go ahead and print that off so we can see the value. Go ahead and print. We get this giant number right here. And then for part D, oops, we have, what is the perimeter? So perimeter is equal to 2 times width plus 2 times length. Need to spell length correctly, otherwise it won't compute for me. And then I'm going to print it off so I can see it. Perimeter. So, print. So these are all the values that we should get for part 1. I'm going to continue and I'm going to do part 2. So for part 2, you had 3 videos you were supposed to watch. We didn't get to all of them in class, but you should have been able to navigate and find them to watch on your own time and do these activities. We have part 2. We have, oops. Okay, so for the first one, you are setting a name variable, name equal to, my name is Kim, so I'm going to put that in there. And just to check that it works, we'll go ahead and print name, like so, run the program. So that's Kim, great. I'm going to do part B now. For B, we are going to concatenate. I'm going to say hi. So for that, we are going to do print. And we are going to do hi. And we are going to do plus name. And because I'm extra, we're going to put an exclamation mark. And we put a plus here too. And we run it. And we have hi Kim. The other way you can do this is you can print and you can use commas instead. The difference between putting in a comma and a plus is a comma will automatically add in the space for you. And the plus just strings everything together. And so the spacings that I'm actually putting up here as I type are for me to be able to read it, not necessarily the code. But I will go ahead and we'll run this. Oh no. Why is it doing that?
Maybe it's not like that in
The other version of Python that I was using.
yeah, which is called what again?
You are, this is a function now that I printed off. Okay, we'll ignore this. We'll ignore this.
Yeah, don't do that.
We'll say you need to use plus signs. Hi, Kim. Okay. So, moving along, we are going to do part C, which is create a variable called age and set it equal to age. I'm 22. Just to check this works, we can print this off. So 22. For the next part, A, B, C, D, we are going to concatenate the string. Name is age years old, so we are going to print. We do name plus is plus age plus years old. Like so. Gonna run this, and it says we have an error because I am missing something. Am I missing something?
Oh, because age is an integer.
Oh, I forgot to put quotes around it. Wait. What?
But it should still work.
It worked when I ran it
because
the
you use
first
the
time.
addition sign, so it's like trying to add.
Yeah.
See, I learned a lot about it.
So because I have my number as a string instead of an integer in this print portion, I need to put quotes around it. It should work now. Yay. Oh.
Space center is.
Ah. Let's do that. That's a better idea. Space after is. Yay. Okay. Thank you, Rachel.
That was kind of hard.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
The spacings. Okay. So we did that. So on to part E. Part E is a longer one. It'll be fun. Got a lot going on here. So part E, we're dealing with 3 lists, and we are going to attempt to do different things with a list and a list. So, so to create this list of the 3, a giant list that includes these 3 different lists, we are going to use square brackets for lists. So we are going to call this list in list equal to square brackets, and then brackets for each of our individual lists. So our first one is 10, 20, 30, comma. Next list is 11, 22, 33. And then our last list is 100, 200, 300. And then, so that is our list. Let's see. Should I print this list? I will print this list so we can see if everything is in it. So print. Okay, so our lists have all printed out. Okay. So first part is add the items in the first list. Place your answers in a variable called first. So we have first is equal to the sum of lists
List in list.
0. Oh yes, list in list. Rip Kim. List in list 0, because when you count, you go 0, 1, 2, and then put some spacings in between here. So we're going to print off first, see if it works. So the answer should be 60. And we have 60. Yay. Second part is subtract the first item from the second item in the second list. Place your answer in a variable called second. So you're trying to take 22, subtract 11. And to do that, you're going to store it in second. Second is equal to, oh no. So second, you have list in list. You are going to find where your second list, which is 1, and you are going to find the number, which is also 1, and then you are going to subtract list in list, and you are going to find that second giant list, which is 1. And you are going to subtract, oh no, it's falling off the screen now. You are going to subtract this number, which is 0 at spot 0. Ta-da! Bless you. And we are going to print it off to make sure that we get the correct answer. So print second. The answer should be 11. Ta-da! It's 11. We're on a roll. Last part is for third. Just kidding, we have 2 more parts. Got a little excited. Last one is take the first item in the third list and subtract the values that come after it. Put it in something called third. Third, oh no. Third is equal to, this is long. Okay, so we have third. We are going to take this number, 100, and we're going to subtract 200 from it. We're going to subtract 300 from it. Yay. So we have our list in list 2 at spot 0. Oh no, wrong brackets. Oh, this is complicated. Okay, so we have
At spot 0.
spot 0. Whoops. There we go. We have the last list at spot 0. Why do I have so many brackets? There we go. Okay, and we are going to, I don't need this bracket. I don't need this bracket either. And we're gonna subtract list in list 2 at spot 1. Now we're gonna subtract list in list 2 at spot 2.
If you added a spot though, it wouldn't subtract the new spot. Is there some way to do the range where it starts at 1 and it just continues until it's done? Or is that a for loop?
I believe that's a for loop.
Okay, so we're just not there yet.
It was talked about in the video, but that's not how I chose to answer it. I did not think to do that because I just wanted to emphasize which location in the list
Right, that's
numbers
the
came in.
emphasis. Yeah.
But yes, you can solve it in a for loop if you wanted to. Okay, I think that is correct. So we are going to print this off and check to make sure that it is correct. The answer should be negative 400. And we have negative 400. Yay. And so now we are going to add all of these together. We are going to call this final is equal to first plus second plus third. And we'll print it off. Oh no. Print final. And the answer, as the activity prompt says, should be negative 329. Okay, and that's what we get. Yay!
Yes! Photobomb!
Yay!
Oh.